on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. And it looked like Bengals running back Chase Brown had time today because he has some things to say about this devastating loss. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Cincinnati. Let's get it. Let's go. Well, I hope everybody's having a great football Sunday. We've been seeing some crazy things take place this Sunday, man. We got Patrick Mahomes doing crazy scenarios. We got the Bengals nearly winning, but then losing at the end. What a weekend this has been. With all of that being said, we got to talk about this game that took place in Cincinnati. That is with the Bengals, bruh. The Bengals ultimately lost the game 42-47 to the Browns, bruh. The Browns are doing a little trickaroo, but what cost the biggest attention was Joe Flacco actually throwing for 470 yards, which is crazy because we do know whenever he was with the Browns, he was not putting up them big-time numbers, man. He had 4 touchdowns. Now, he ultimately did have 2 interceptions, but overall, bruh, this was a solid performance from Joe Flacco at times. Caleb Williams went 20 for 34, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Chase Brown's 11 carries for 37 yards. Horrible. Just horrible for Chase Brown. Now, he actually went viral in the press conference after this game for what he had to say to reporters. I feel like he's doing a little too much, but we're going to jump right into this thing. Let's check out what Chase Brown said at the conclusion of this game, bro. Listen to him, man. It said, this is crazy. Bengals star running back Chase Brown went crazy post-game, ripping the team's defense for today's loss. Listen to him, bro. Now, y'all heard, right? He had 11 carries for 37 yards. So let's give it a listen.
It sucks, but that's NFL. You got to play to the last second. You can't let up even when you feel like the momentum shifted. So that would be how I'm feeling right now, is just play all the way through. And
what was running through your head walking back to the locker room, Chase?
Probably the same as what was running through your head, like what the fuck? What the fuck?
When did that emotion change to just anger, knowing how differently the season could have looked if you closed out the last 2 weeks?
I'd be lying if I said it didn't set us back from where we wanted to be. You know, we want to be. Our mentality was 3-0 going into this bye week, and we could have easily done it. That's the sickening part. It's like we could have easily done it.
One of the tensions it looks like it's building between the offense and defense, at least from the outside. What do you do as a leader on this team, someone to kind of prevent that from happening?
Just don't turn on each other. Like we know how they can play. They played really well at the start of the season. Like they did, and they were carrying us on their back. So, you know, now that we're stepping up, I think you know, we just got to play complementary football. Like we put the ball in the end zone and go up a point at the end, finish the fucking game. Like,
wow. He completely throws the defense under the bus. Oh my God. Damn it. No, Chase Brown, don't do it.
Like that's it. Like that's what we need to do. Just end the fucking game. Like make them get us the ball back. Let us fucking go to 22 victory and let's end the game. That's how I feel. You know, but we've taken steps forward. So offensively, so that's good. Like, you know, we're trying to control what we can control, and we're going to keep doing what we can do. And, you know, Flacco fought like a warrior today with, you know, the way his shoulder was. Like, you know, things aren't going to be perfect, but, you know, we made things work on our end. And, you know, we made mistakes. We learned from them, but we just kept on fighting. And at the end of the day, like, you got to go to the very end.
Chase, how frustrating is it that y'all got Flacco in here to boost the offense, goes out, does what he did last week and this week, and it still hasn't been enough? How frustrating.
Wow, so that was Chase Brown immediately after the game. Now, this was Joe Flacco right here speaking to the media, man. Let's check out what he had to say.
Players are at that point. So whatever you were feeling and the fans were feeling, we were probably feeling the same thing.
Were you surprised you threw for 4 sets? You know, were you you surprised when you saw the number?
Crazy numbers.
I knew we had been climbing up there at some point because we got so many possessions and we were really throwing the ball, a lot of the time towards the end of the game, just the nature of the game. You don't know how high it is. I mean, I've never thrown for 400 in the NFL in my career. So
wow.
The way the last 3 games have gone, how do you keep the frustration?
Joe Flacco said he never threw for 400 yards in his whole NFL career. He's over 40 years old. My God, Kevin Stefanski is horrible. Just horrible. Bro, this right here tells me how bad Kevin Stefanski offense really is. So you guys might not know this. On the other channel, it's pretty much dedicated to the Browns because of Shador. And over there, I talk the Browns a lot. Now, Joe Flacco was traded. Joe Flacco was traded to the Bengals, which was an idiotic trade. I don't know why the hell Andrew Berry and Kent would do that, but they did. Whatever. Joe Flacco just stated he never threw for over 400 yards in his whole damn NFL career. My goodness. Let's finish listening.
Yeah.
From seeping among the offensive players and the way the games have gone, how do you kind of keep that?
So what have we played 9 games now? We have 8 left. If you don't keep your head down and go to work, then it's going to be a long, miserable season for you. You can't get distracted, and you can't. You're going to be emotional after a game, but at some point you got to let that go.
Right.
This is our profession. We do this for a living, and we take pride in doing it. And I hope that you would continue to take pride in doing what you do for a living, no matter what the outcome is. And yeah, I mean, maybe that's easier said than done, but that's what you got to do because, this league will eat you up and it will not be good. I'm sure Baltimore isn't sitting there, tucking their tail between their legs with the record they have. They're probably motivated and excited about the opportunity that they have going forward. I don't think we can look at it any different.
From our perspective, understanding that it's emotional after a loss like that, but it looks like some of the offensive players are gaining some tension towards the defense. I know you talked about it a little bit like that, but what do you do as a veteran?
I just be the same person every day, and don't get frustrated from that. And I go to those guys just like you do, and you don't necessarily have to talk about that specifically, but you just have good conversations with guys about, doing good things and going to work and taking pride in what you do. And I think when you do those things, then you're not just then you don't have time to get mad at people that you shouldn't be getting mad at. We got enough to worry about. Every one of us have enough to worry about on our own plates that you can't be worrying about everybody else, because then all of a sudden, once again, it's going to be a tough 8 weeks for us if we're worried about what other people are doing. I know team is one. It's one team. In order to have that one team, you need to focus on yourself and do your job. And I get it. It can get emotional, but there's times to be emotional and
Right.
and show people that. But usually when those times are in good things and towards people you love. And I think if we're emotional, then we should come at it with an angle of, this is my brother, as opposed to the opposite of that. I just think that's what good, hardworking, tough people do. They don't look at other people. They look inward, and it doesn't matter what the situation is. They look inward.
Why was the connection with T so successful today?
He's really good. I hate to be so simple.
So, guys, that was Joe Flacco at the conclusion of the game. I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section right now. Keep them bells on, so when I drop more NFL content or any content, you guys will be up to date. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, bro. Peace out.